Hey, what is up guys, it's your boy Raven here today with more cards revealed from the SM11 Miracle Twins for Japan, Japan's May 31st set that the cards are going to be in our unified mindset in August, so it's worth checking out what they are having. And we have one GX and two really good cards that I think they might see a lot of play post-rotation, right? Because it's going to be unified minds, post-rotation world, so it's going to be really interesting. So you know what, let's start with GX. Are you ready for the GX? Oh, I think you're ready. This is a Latios GX. I'm going to enlarge it for you right over there. Yeah, there we go. Latios GX, 170 HP basic GX. Right now I can tell the HP is not overwhelming. It's scaled down. Definitely, a scaled down HP if we're talking about the GXs. But let's talk a little bit about the abilities and attacks. Of course, this is a translation and pictures due to Pokemon and PokeBeach.com. So, if you want those news there, if you want to read the full article, that is a PokeBeach.com. That's the source of this news. So let's go. Latios GX ability is called Power Blind. Actually, if you have 4 or less Pokemon in play, this Pokemon can't attack. That is a quite interesting ability, right? You have 4 or less, so you always have to have 4 Pokemon on the bench, and he has to be an active, right? So you have 5 total in play Pokemon. But are those attacks worth such a ability? Let's find out. We have 1 Psychic and double Colorless, which is kind of interesting since DC is rotating out. We got Attack Purge, 120 damage. During our opponent's next turn, this Pokemon can't be damaged by attacks from a tag team Pokemon. So definitely not a counter to tag team Pokemon. Definitely not a counter to cards like Reshizard, Greninja's Auroch, Gardevoir, Sylveon tag team. Definitely a great counter. But I mean, the restriction of the ability is really annoying. Of course, you can go around it with cards like Power Plant, but let's be honest, you're not always gonna get the Power Plant, right? But let's check out the GX. It's 1 Psychic Clear Vision GX until the end of the game. Your opponent can't use a GX move, and that is really interesting, because if you're gonna do it turn 1, because of course you can't have more than 4 Pokemons turn 1, you actually making the game a lot harder for your opponent if they are relying on the GX move, right? So Picora out of the window. Greninja Zoroark is gonna have a really hard time accelerating the energy over here. So definitely we're seeing the anti-tag team movement a little bit in this card, and I like it. I like this anti tag team movement, and of course because it's psychic type, adding like Jirachi, you actually going to be able to not have any weakness. So a great card, amazing card. I think it's going to be played in many psychic decks or in many control decks. I might I might try the card out myself. So let's go to the card number 2, and the card number 2 is this little card, this little beauty. I think you know the person. I think do you know him? It's Blue. It's Blue Strategy. That's what the card is. Of course, the card already is a meme, because what the card do is, when the turn is over, draw cards from your deck until you have 8 cards in your hand. And the meme is that you play Marshadow next turn. But there's not going to be Marshadow anymore. Of course, Judge is still going to be in the format, but there's not going to be a Judge as the card is going to come out. So drawing up to 8 cards, of course, at the end of your turn, really nice idea. You can prepare your next turn, and definitely a card that you would like to play either when you're so far behind, or when someone played a stamp on you, because there's going to be, of course, a stamp, so one-way N, that you're going to draw amount of cards that you have prizes. So that's a really great comeback card, or from that. Also, during those little tight spots when you really have nothing else to play. So for me, it's going to be really interesting card. And of course, in Japan, there's a note over here on pokebeach.com, that's the source. This card is named Green Strategy in Japan, but it was renamed for Blue Strategy in America and Europe. So that's really, really nice thing here. What do you think about the card? Because I think it's going to be a really good card, and you can kind of see where the post-rotation format is going to go. So if the shiny set is going to be full of alternative arts, that's going to be amazing. So let's go to the last card, and I think the last card is going to be the most exciting card, the card that a lot of you are going to be super happy about, because we're losing Nest Ball, right? We're losing a lot of that, but there is going to be a new way to get into GX cards. Are you ready? There it is, this amazing card, and let me enlarge it for you for a second. There we go. It is called a Cherish Ball. A Cherish Ball. What does the Cherish Ball do? What we should be happy about that, and why? Even though it's an amazing design, but search your deck for a Pokemon GX, reveal it, and put it into your hand. What a great item, what a great card, and honestly, this is going to be played 4 copies each, almost in every single deck. Amazing card. Amazing art, to be honest, exciting art, definitely, an art that I do enjoy, and there's, that there's not a lot of art that I do enjoy, especially from like a Nest Ball, or Ball's point of view, and here it glows, it stands out on the card, and I like it. The red is amazing, and what it does, honestly, 4 Pokegears, 4 Cherish Balls almost in every single deck, or maybe 3 Cherish Balls, but that's definitely what the format is going to look like after rotation. And so like they are giving us certain new pieces, right? So I think for our November set, like November, yeah, we're gonna have a new set in November. So I think for our November set, they are gonna give us some cards that are gonna be similar to some extent to the ones that are rotating out, but not exactly those, right? So we're not gonna have exactly Nest Ball, but we kind of have a Cherish Ball, right? Oh, of course, you can't go, you can't go for any other card by GX, but still, that's a move into some direction. With Blue Challenge, you can see where they are slightly going. They're enabling you getting the GX, they're enabling you having some cards in your hand. On top of that, they're also anti-GX with cards like, Latios. So it's going to be a really cool format to be in. But guys, what is your opinion on those cards? How do you like those 3 amazing cards? Because I do like them a lot, and I think Unified Minds is going to be a set I'm going to enjoy a lot, and I'm going to enjoy a lot of rotation, I think, because of that set. So yeah, it's going to be amazing. And don't forget also to subscribe to the channel for more news, and down there below have a 5% discount any code you would purchase on Professor Oak. And also check me out live on Twitch, it's Ravencold Snatchku. And that's the news for today, guys. I think that's the news for today. Maybe something new is gonna appear. Medicine is happening, so regionals are there, first regionals in the brand new format. So we're gonna talk about the regionals, about the whole thing. Yeah, there's a Twitch, the whole thing on Monday or Tuesday, depending on my time. I think it's gonna be a Tuesday. And thank you guys so much. Goodbye, good night. Raven loves ya. Don't forget about that. Bye.